Hey everybody, it's Jay, and I have my new M9A3 from Beretta in front of me. Obviously, this is an update from the original M9A1, and the biggest difference here is the altered grip angle. It's a lot slimmer. The original M9 and all of the 92 series up until this point generally is just a little bit on the big side for me. It still fits, but it's a little bit unergonomic. It's right on the upper edge of what I would consider to be a good fit, which impacts your ability to control, and it impacts your accuracy. It's important really for a handgun to be fitted properly. Now, Misha has already done a video that's a lot more extensive on the history and the development of the M9, and so I'm not going to get into that. This video is entirely going to be focused on the shooting experience, and I can say right off the bat that I think this actually is a stellar handgun. It maintains all of the typical smoothness we're used to seeing from the Beretta M9 and 92 series, while being, for me anyway, at least a little bit more ergonomic. Like I mentioned earlier, if you're one of the types that has the Yeti hands, as Military Arms Channel says, you can add the wraparound grip, which gives it a more conventional M9 feel. Now, the M9A3 was to replace the M9A1, at least that was Beretta's intention, but it lost out in the military contract to the M17 from Sig Sauer. I've been a fan of the 92 series for a long time, but my biggest issue with it has always been the grip fitment, and this pretty well resolves that issue for me. Texturing on it feels really nice. It's really aggressive without being uncomfortable. I opted for the F model, which has the standard FS style decocker and safety. They do offer a G model, which is decocker only. I know a lot of people prefer it, but I don't know why. And if you're one of those people, please tell me in the comments, because I'm just legitimately curious to know why people prefer the decocker only instead of the decocker and manual safety. Included with the M9A3 are 3 magazines, night sights, which I'll talk about momentarily, and a very large, quote-unquote fitted special ammo case, which has these nice little dividers for pistol and magazine slots. You can see I have my back strap here and my manual and all that. It also has a threaded barrel here, which is held on with a small O-ring, and even after hundreds of rounds, I didn't have any issues with it loosening. The night sights are nice and bright. Even in just slightly low light conditions, it still picked up quite well in the camera. So this week I fired about 400 rounds through this gun and have had no failures, no issues with function, and I shot a variety of ammunition. Everything I fired was 115 grain, ranging from brass max to Tula, PPU, MagTech, and all fed flawlessly. I had to actually struggle to not hit what I was aiming at, and I didn't do any specific accuracy testing because shooting at about 7 yards, I was hitting clay targets consistently, and then not only hitting the clay targets, but also hitting the fragments. And if I'm able to hit 1-inch size fragments consistently, then that pretty much will do anything that I need it to do. And again, that's at about 7 yards. I mentioned earlier that it maintains all of the typical Beretta smoothness that you would expect. If you handled a Beretta 92, you'll know how smooth they feel in operation. The trigger is quite nice. It's a little on the heavier end compared to some of my other 92s at 5 pounds, but it's crisp. Overall, I actually really like this handgun. Like I mentioned before, it finally fits my hand well. I've had an irrational appreciation probably for the 92s and the M9s, but they never have quite fit me right. This one finally fits me well. If I had any misgivings about this gun, it's really the price tag primarily. MSRP is over $1,000. This is effectively just an updated design from something that was designed in the mid-70s, and of course plenty of 92s and M9s are available for sale at much less than $1,000. And that's a pretty tough pill to swallow for a 9mm handgun. I feel like I can't help but wonder if the M9A3 and the 92X are just too little too late at this point. 9mm handguns have advanced quite a bit since the mid-70s, with polymer frames, safe actions, striker-fired guns, etc. that do pretty much everything this does, but in a lighter, more compact, more ergonomic, and more modern package. So I can't help but wonder what the longevity, really, of the 92 series is going to be for Beretta at this point. But that said, this handgun itself, for what it is, I'm really pleased with, and it really is a joy to shoot. This is Jay. Please be sure to subscribe to us, and check out the link to our Patreon page if you're interested in helping support us. And I will see you again soon next time.